Happy Sunday and welcome to Inside the News. Tonight, Ms. Amarachi Okafor, a final year student of Religion and Human Relations, Nnamdi Azikiwe University, Oka, has made her parents, the school, society, and Anambra State in general proud. Please stay tuned for details of this and more right after the hard news. I am Maureen Stone Enujoke. In response to Governor Willie Obiano's call on Anambrarians in the diaspora to invest home, a Canada-based optometrist, Dr. Ego Uchendo, has established a modern eye clinic in Oka to treat eye-related ailments. The eye clinic, known as Calvary Clinic and Jacinta Eyewear Boutique, is sited at Praise Court, Ngozika Housing Estate. Correspondent Chukwemeka Modeling was there, and our reports.
Speaking during the opening ceremony, Governor Willie Obiano, represented by the head of service, Barrister Harry Odo, said it's a thing of joy that Dr. Uchendo heeded the Akoluno homecoming call on Anambrarians in the diaspora to invest at home. Governor Obiano, who noted that the state-of-the-art eye clinic set up by Dr. Uchendo will go a long way to complement his efforts in health sector, assured that his administration will always identify with groups and individuals who have interest in the development of the state. The governor called on other Anambrarians in the diaspora to bring their wealth home, as exemplified by Dr. Uchendo, stressing that the state needs more of medical doctors who specialize in the treatment of kidney, liver, brain-related diseases, among others.
What is happening here is totally consistent with His Excellency's vision of governance in the health sector. He's introduced the health insurance scheme, which is working very well. Even Doubting Thomases have now confirmed they're actually begging to join. Those who didn't register when they were supposed to register are now begging to join because they've seen the benefits. Opening a standard eye clinic of this nature is something special because this is a specialized area.
The benefactor, Dr. Uchendo, in her speech, explained that she was in Canada making arrangements to invest in Abuja and other places, only to see on WhatsApp the Akoluno call by Governor Willie Obiano through Chief Bob Manuel Udoku, which quickly swayed her to bring her investment home. She further stated that her eye clinic takes care of eye-related disease, including glaucoma.
I want to say here that the opening ceremony, we're here for that Calvary Eye Clinic. It's a clinic that has been born out of passion since 1988. And right from the I cut a covenant with God that setting something aside for the widows and for the fatherless. To God be praise and glory. Till date, that covenant is still holding.
The chairman on the occasion, Professor Sunday Wajide, who described Dr. Uchendo as a true daughter of Anambra State, noted that those living with visual impediments would no longer worry, as they could now go to Calvary Clinic where they could get relief.
The CEO has simply heeded a call. Bring whatever expertise you have home. That she is passionate about bringing her expertise home. To this extent, great kudos to Dr. Mrs. Uchendo.
A former governor of Anambra State, Demveji Etiaba, who commissioned the clinic, expressed optimism that it will correct eye problem confronting some people in the state. Later, the dignitaries that graced the occasion took tour of the clinic. In an interview, a widow, Mrs. Blessing Ntuanya, who was treated of eye problem and given free eyeglasses by the clinic, thanked Dr. Uchendo for coming to her aid. In Oka, it's been Chukwemeka Modelim, ABS News.
The wife of the governor of Anambra State, Chief Mrs. Ebele Chukwubiano, has handed over keys to 4 furnished 2-bedroom bungalows and water boreholes to 4 indigent widows in 4 different areas of Anambra State. The housing project for the indigent women and widows is a partnership between the United Nations Development Program, UNDP, through the Caring Family Enhancement Initiative, CAFE, Mrs. Obiano's non-governmental organization. Correspondent Daniel Izuke filed the report, taken from here.
The indigent widows who received the keys to the apartments include Mrs. Ebelechukwu Obazu from Umunankwo, Obaru local government area, Mrs. Ivonu Ekwenze of Osodi Quarters, Orometiti, Anambra West local government area, Mrs. Ifoma Nwobosi of Umuota Obosi, Idemni North Council area, and Mrs. Ngozi Osadebe from Osomala, Obaru Council area, all in Anambra State. Handing the keys to the bungalows to the widows at each of the 4 locations, Mrs. Obiano affirmed her determination to reach out to every indigent woman in Anambra State, irrespective of where they reside, noting that the primary goal of CAFE was to put a lasting smile on the face of the downtrodden and leave a legacy for the next generation. She said the water was open to every member of the community, but urged beneficiaries and their communities to protect the projects, especially the water boreholes.
Anya logo na ajadu about 20. Anya go the 24th person nearby si we pota. Onya I get nyeketa about the 25th person. I je go so the 26th person.
In his remark, the member-elect for Anambra West constituency, Chief Patrick Obalum Udoba, expressed gratitude as Mrs. Ekwenze, a widow in his community, benefited from the project and applauded Mrs. Obiano for setting a worthy standard for mankind.
Odin is already a beneficiary to our area, all right? So we are very, very much happy. The widows here, they will benefit it much. I saw the water borehole there for them. I saw a very nice building for them. So it's a very, very nice something to them.
The benefiting widows who spoke at each of their new homes said the gift of a new house by the governor's wife was a height of human benevolence and prayed for her as she continues her work of mercy. Those in attendance at the events include the member representing Orumba South at the State House of Assembly, Princess Nikki Ugochukwu, the traditional ruler of Obosi, Igweshi Dubem Iweka, the traditional chairman, Anambra West, Mr. Oji Okafo, Deputy Chairman, Post-Primary School Service Commission, Mrs. Pat Ofia, and other top government functionaries. The 4 bungalows bring to 26 the total number of completed houses donated to indigent women and widows in Anambra State by Chief Mrs. Ebelechukwu Obiano.
Awka Catholic Diocese has joined their counterparts world over in commemorating the 2019 World Communications Day. The annual event by the Catholic Church is aimed at recognizing the importance of communication and the propagation of the gospel. Gozobileri has the details.
This year's event, which is the 53rd in its series, kicked off with a pontifical high mass officiated by the Auxiliary Bishop of Awka Diocese, Most Reverend Jonas Benson Okoye, at St. Patrick's Cathedral, Awka. Delivering a homily, Bishop Okoye, whose message has "Disciples must complete the Master's work" as its theme, said journalists are like prophets who see ahead of others and use their profession to change the world for better. While speaking on the message of Pope Francis for this year's event, Bishop Okoye urged all to unite and fight the social ills destroying the country so that the severe pains people go through on a daily basis will cease. He regretted that anger and anguish are resulting to all the suicide cases being recorded in many parts of the country. He read out part of the Pontiff's message, which says, "Be you united one to another, social network community to the human community network," and called on all to be agents of change.
Today's readings place us at the point in the history of Christianity when we cry out, "Thus far the Master wrote." Then he departed from us and promised us the gift of the Holy Spirit. The disciple must complete the Master's work.
The event featured special thanksgiving by media practitioners in Anambra State, including the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of ABS, Chief Uche Nwora, who gave the keynote speech during the interactive session, the MD of National Light, Sachuka Nabife, the Chairman of Catholic Media Practitioners Association of Nigeria, Campman Awka Diocese, Mr. Gabe Obaleze, and his members of the executive of the association, the executive members of Anambra State Chapter of the Nigeria Union of Journalists, as well as Southeast and Anambra State leadership of Ratao. From St. Patrick's Cathedral, Awka, I am Ngozi Obileri for ABS News.
Parents and guardians have been charged to give their children and wards proper upbringing to attain their full potential in life. The traditional ruler of Enugu in Njikoka local government area, Igwe Raf Ekbe, gave the charge when the winner of the 2019 Starlet Africa, Queen Obiamaka Enweluzo, paid him a courtesy visit at his palace. Chibuzo Okoye was there and filed the report.
Receiving the Queen, Igwe, who said that the honor is for the community and Anambra State, urged parents and guardians to always train their children to become useful members of the society. He praised her for conquering Africa and advised her to be of good conduct at all times. In their various remarks, some cultural proponents in the community, Prince Arinze Ivacho and Chief Obiora Okafor, prayed for God's mercy, grace, and protection on the winner throughout her reign. Responding, Queen Obiamaka, who is an indigene of Enugu, explained that she was in the palace to inform the traditional ruler of her new position and seek advice, prayers, as well as support to achieve her mandate. She maintained that the task given her is to help in sensitizing and creating awareness about cancer among children in Africa. According to Queen Obiamaka, she has already kicked off the program at Enugu General Hospital and Ide Girls Secondary School, calling for support to enable her actualize her objective.
As you can see, I'm studying from my town, Enugu, and I've been to General Hospital, Enugu, and also Ide Girls, Enugu. From there, I'll be going to other states in Nigeria.
The Queen arrived at the palace in company of her parents, friends, and relations, even as members of Enugu traditional cabinet were on hand to receive them.
The 6th edition of the NDLEA quiz competition has ended in Oka with the presentation of prizes to winning schools. The quiz competition offered opportunity for dangers of drug abuse to be once again emphasized. Correspondent Kenneth Chukwudi was at the Kenneth DK Central Library Oka venue of the events and reports.
The primary aim of the competition was to intellectually engage the students while also creating awareness on the dangers of drug abuse on the students, their studies, and the society as a whole. The quiz competition was in collaboration with the state government, the traditional ruler of Ogidi, Igwe Alex Onyido, and other well-meaning individuals. The commander of NDLEA in the state, Mr. Sule Momodu, said that the competition was conceived and initiated to create massive awareness on the dangers of drug abuse on the young students and for their teachers to nip in the bud the raging problem of drug abuse.
When the governor gave an approval that every secondary school should have a drug-free club, we thought there should be a way to motivate the club, members of the club. And the way to motivate them brought about the idea of the quiz competition. We have been able to, through the NYC drug-free club, we have been able to go to so many schools to establish the drug-free club.
The Ogidi Royal Father, Igwe Onyido, and the Deputy Chairman of Post-Primary School Service Commission, Mrs. Pat Ofia, remarked that it was important to fight the menace going on in the society, and such avenues as the competition provided ample opportunity to do so. They noted that the need of having more schools participating and ensuring functioning drug-free clubs in schools should be looked into.
Part of my profit to the state government by sponsoring things of this sort, drug enlightenment, so that our youth will be enlightened on drug abuse.
The competition had Community Secondary School Umuoba Anam coming third, Bobendorf Memorial Secondary School Adazin Nuku coming second, and Bet Root Secondary School Onisha coming first, and they won prizes ranging from bags, textbooks, televisions, standing fans, and laptops. Some of the students who spoke to the ABS, including Miss Ogechi Ekwalo, Master John Bosco Umora, and Stephen Kalu, agreed that the competition has added value to their academic pursuits as they promise to be great ambassadors in fighting drug abuse among their peers.
I feel very great because I did not expect that I will come up to this stage. I will spread the news of the dangers that is involved if someone gets addicted to drug, and the way they should try to do what? Abstain from drug.
It feels very great to be a champion in this kind of, in a prestigious quiz like this. It is great. For me, it is a great height.
In Oka, it's been Kenechukwu Chukwudi for ABS News.
The United States government has reeled out fresh conditions for visa application, noting that nearly all applicants for the United States visas will have to submit their social media details under newly adopted rules. The U.S. Department of State, who gave the new regulations, said people will have to submit social media names and 5 years' worth of email addresses and phone numbers. When proposed last year, authorities estimated the proposal would affect 14.7 million people annually. Certain diplomatic and official visa applicants will be exempted from the stringent new measures. However, people traveling to the U.S. to work or to study will have to hand over their information. Israel's army said 2 rockets were fired from Syria at Mount Hermon in the Israeli-occupied Golan Heights, and 1 had been located within Israeli territory. In response, the army attacked 2 Syrian artillery batteries, a number of observation and intelligence posts on the Golan Heights, and an SA South Area Defense Battery. Its statement said the Israeli attack left 3 Syrian soldiers and 7 foreign fighters dead, the Syrian Observatory for Human Rights said. According to the Britain-based War Monitor, which did not specify the nationality of the foreign fighters, they died in missile strikes close to the capital Damascus, where Syrian troops, Iranian forces, and Hezbollah fighters are stationed. And that does it on the hard news. We shall be bringing to you Insider News in a short while. Stay on. This is Insider News. Welcome to Insider News proper. In this era of intense search for white-collar jobs, carving a niche for oneself and to crave to be independent becomes an extra job for those who want to distinguish themselves by engaging in self-employment ventures. And today, a 22-year-old girl, Amarachi Okafor, has broken the bounds, becomes a producer of paint of various colors and a painter too. I know her too well. I'll tell you about her right after this, after joining Ngozi Obileri of Insider News.
And girls are busy depending on their parents for survival. A final year student of Anambra University, Oka, in the Department of Religion and Human Relations, Ms. Amarachi Okafor, is busy carving a niche for herself. Ms. Amarachi is a painter who loves what she is doing, apart from making a living from painting. Insider News was at one of her sites at Miracle Junction, Ifitoka, recently. Mr. Amarachi Okafor hails from Ibuku in Agwata Council area. Amarachi is a 22-year-old girl from a middle-class family. She started painting 3 years ago and has painted a lot of buildings, ranging from duplexes, many one-story buildings, bungalow houses, and more.
Painting, it's my talent. It's just a skill I have on my own. I love painting. I love creative stuff. I love creating things from my mind and imagination. So when I saw painting, when I saw guys paint, I was like, I can do this. And then I'm into it now. What we charge it depends on the work you give us, depends on the design, and depends on the location and everything. So not that it's so much money. We have a factory. Our factory is at Nibo, where we produce paint too, because we're into paint production too. Advice to them is that whatever you are doing, please keep doing it. That's why it's good. Then you don't have to depend on your parents or anyone that's making you survive. Just look for something, look for something to learn and do. You don't depend on your certificates. You don't depend on anyone. Just pick up a skill that you love doing and then keep doing it. And remember that at this initial stage, it's going to be difficult. At the initial stage, people will laugh at you. At the initial stage, you feel like giving up, like money is not coming. Oh, why am I even doing this? But once you keep doing it, trust me, you make it.
Another good news is that she produces paints of different colors and types. If Amarachi can make it in life through her own initiative, every other youth can. In Oka, I am Ngozi Obileri for ABS Insider News.
And for people who want to know her more, her Facebook name is Mara Daviva. When she came to me sometime last year, she was like, Auntie, I want to go into painting. I was like, painting? Do you have love for paintings? She said yes. And once in a while she sends me, pictures on my WhatsApp and even asks me to share on my status. And before you know it, she's there doing very, very well. And I really want to encourage her for what she's doing and asking God to bless her hustle. All right, remember that you can follow news and programs on ABS from any parts of the world by liking our Facebook page at ABS Radio Television and subscribe to our YouTube at youtube.com/ABS TV Online. Follow us on Twitter at ABS Radio TV and on Instagram at ABS Radio TV. You can also log on to our website www.absradiotv.com. And just before we go, a recap of the main points. Dr. Mrs. Obiano has handed over 4 bungalows and water borehole to 4 indigent widows. Children have been urged to avoid intoxicants to promote healthy living. And that's it on the news tonight. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Maureen Stone Enujoke. Good night.